So, Lilo and Stitch. Trailer for a live action Lilo and Stitch remake. Is anyone else tired of live action remakes? You know, I see them making remakes sometimes of movies that came out in the 2010s. I think a movie should at least be 50 years old before you make a remake of it. But no, they're like, oh, How to Train Your Dragon, live action remake. Uh, Lilo and Stitch, live action remake. Moana, live action remake. Why? Why do we need live action remakes? But 32 seconds long, Lilo and Stitch. Well, that certainly was a teaser, wasn't it? Um, I mean, they gave at least to give him credit. I like the fact that they kept Stitch original, looking like what he looked supposed to look like. Giving him a very much a realistic looking form, but also sticking true to his designs, like goofy, Disney design. And it shows other movies have shown you can do that. Detective Pikachu, you're taking Pokemon and you're putting them into a real world environment. And I think the way they handled the Pokemon in the movie was just amazing. They looked really, really good. Sonic, um, not the first incarnation of Sonic with his tiny little humanoid, human-like teeth. No, the version we got after people were like, "Hey, you need to change this." We got a character that looked very much like his video game counterpart, except like he belonged in the real world. His fur was very realistic, like you could reach out and touch it. So you can do this stuff properly without taking away the overall design of the character. You don't have to make them, fit the real world. You just have to make, design wise. Again, Pokemon. I mean, because Pokemon are far more awkward looking than Stitches. So if they can do it with Pokemon, they can do it with Stitch. But I remember when Detective Pikachu came out, when I was sitting there in the theater, and when I saw the scene where the first the starts off and he's catching a Cubone. I'm like, oh wow, a Cubone, he's so cute and adorable. Looks exactly like what you would think a Cubone would look like in real life. He heads into the city and you see all the Pokemon walking around. You see Snorlax in the middle of the road. You see Machamp, directing traffic, and you know the birds flying around, and Dodrio, and all these other Pokemon. You're like, wow, this looks really good. If the Pokemon was real, if Pokemon world was real, this is what I would think it would look like. This looks amazing. Very like the colors of the Pokemon stay true, but they're softened a little bit to make them look more realistic. Instead of having like bright oranges and this and that, they're softened a little bit to make it look more natural. Uh, but it looked amazing. So being able to see Stitch keep true to his, you know, I mean, that looks when you have Stitch and you have the backdrop of the sky and everyone else, if you came across this, you wouldn't question it. It's like, okay, well, it looks like it belongs in our world. Because it's very realistic. You can see the fur, how they have that little gap in between each little, the little tufts of fur. It's like when you look at your cat or something, they have the fur and then have like little spaces, and sometimes when they lick themselves, and got the little tuft just sticking up on his head. Um, The ears, you can actually kind of see through them a little bit, kind of like regular cat ears. You can kind of see the other side. So, his teeth are what you'd expect. They're not overly sharp. They're not humanoid. Um, so yeah, look at the fur. It if you have a cat or something, compare this fur to your cat, and you're like, wow, this is really good. But but so like I said, I'll give them that. Stitch looks good, but it's just I'm so tired of remakes. Again, they're taking things like How to Train Your Dragon and remake. It's like, why? Not everything needs a live action remake. It really should be like, oh, movie has to be like this many years old, like 50 years old before you get a remake. Because taking movies that were early 2000s or early 2010s and remaking them, that's stupid. That's stupid. They're 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 still technically children and you're remaking them. Uh some of them are children, some of them are teenagers at this point. But you're just like, "Oh, well, instead of waiting for them to reach full maturity, we're just going to remake them." It's stupid. Oh, okay, I'm not even complaining. I love it. Jesus, why would you practically give away the entire movie like that? I hope we get trailers where he's invading the other live action Disney movies, similar to the ads in the animated one. So unnecessary, just watch the original. It's classic. I want to boop his nose. Looking better. Excited now. I don't hate it. They just did it. They did such a great job with Stitch. Oh my god, he's so cute. Donkey. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Yeah, see, so here's his original. So a lot more simplistic. You don't really see fur. You have a little tuft of fur right there. His teeth. Actually, wait a minute. You have the notched ear right there. Do they have that? I don't even... I don't even... Oh, they do. It's very small. It's not as prominent here. But, I mean, it's fine, I guess. But yeah, you can see that even the colors, it's like, even though he's blue, it doesn't look out of place, which shows you can take a weird creature like Stitch and make it look realistic. It's so stiff in early 2000s graphics. This looks terrible. I mean, I normally don't like this crap, but like I said, at least when it comes to what Stitch looks like, when it at least comes to his visuals, he looks good. He looks good. Ooh, evil little face. He looks like he's not out of place in this world. You see him, you got the blue, and instead of like a lighter blue, it's kind of like almost like a bluish white right there on his chest and around his eyes. It's more of a whitish. And instead of having a dark blue, they've kind of faded it a little more to make it look more realistic. Because having this bright blue creature in the real world, just like even with Sonic, if you notice, he's not nearly as dark as he should be. They kind of toned his color down, especially when he has his, with the fur being more realistic. He's not nearly as blue as he should be. Um, but again, it looks good. Like the Stitch looks good. I'm tired of remakes. I'm just tired of remakes. And why is Pokemon trending? I want to be like them. I want to be like him. Better not go too far. Erica, I love you, baby, but let's keep it family friendly right now. Erica. Erica. The flower of Celadon City. Um, but yeah, with the little teaser that we got, he's cute the way he should be. I mean, look at that. He's like, ah. He licks it and then rubs his little nose again. So he's true to his character. He looks like what he's supposed to. I'm just tired of remakes. That's just the thing. I'm just tired of remakes. Hopefully this is good. I mean, it's kind of hard to mess it up. You know, I don't think there'd be anything about this movie that most people would complain about. I mean, I know with Moana and for this movie, they were complaining that the actresses weren't dark enough. So you have all these people like, oh, well, why does it matter about the color and blah, blah, blah. But then you have people complaining, oh, well, the actress isn't dark enough. They're Hawaiian. They're whatever. That's what they are. You're complaining that they're not dark enough. Who are the racist ones again? But yeah, I mean, hopefully it's a good movie, but I think people are just tired of remakes, and having just a string of bad remakes has just left a bitter taste in people's mouths. And you look at, okay, it's Stitch, it's Lilo and Stitch. How could you mess that up? Like nature, nature finds a way. Evolution finds a way, and Disney will find a way. So, but let me know what you guys think, and what movie would you like to see not get remade? Actually, there was another one. Hang on. Yeah, what movie should never be remade? And I came in with all three Back to the Future movies. Never, ever, ever. Oh, Blazing Saddles. No one has the guts anymore to. Yeah. Oh, that would be amazing. Oh, yeah. Shawshank Redemption. The Breakfast Club. Oh, my God. I would never want that movie remade. It was perfect the way it is. And if they remade it, it would just be a bunch of angsty freaking diversities sitting in the room talking about who's more oppressed. Old boy. Oh, Bollywood. Big Trouble in Little China. Doctor Strangelove. Uh-huh. Great scene. Psycho. Uh-huh. It's a perfect trilogy. It doesn't need to be remade at all. At all. The Princess Bride. Flashdance. Ooh, Casablanca. Nice. Yeah, some of these are just, even if A Few Good Men, Back to the Future, Kelly's Heroes, The Bonfire of the Vanities, A Christmas with the Hitlers, Galaxy Quest, Tropic Thunder, To Catch a Thief, They Live, Casablanca, North by Northwest, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Rear Window. That's the uh the Alfred Hitchcock movie, which is, if I remember, that is the movie Disturbia, with the one with Shia LaBeouf. That's what the movie was based on. It was like kind of like a remake of Rear Window, where basically the guy is like almost like spying on the neighbor and stuff like that. Really good movie. Not just Disturbia, but Rear Window. Really good movie. I mean, it's Alfred Hitchcock, so Lego movie. All of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Back to the Future, Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, Suspiria, Gone with the Wind. Yeah, a lot of these movies are really, really good, and they better not remake them anytime. The Dude, Blazing Saddles, Blue Velvet, Problem Child. But yeah, yeah, we're just tired of remakes. You know, sometimes they don't need remakes. Just let the classics be classics and let people enjoy them. Not everything needs a remake, and you don't need to take movies that were 2000s, 2010s and start making live action remakes of them. I mean, like, some of them aren't, again, not even teenagers technically. If you want to put in an age, some of them aren't even well into their teens, and you're already replacing them with something new. So, but anyway, Lilo and Stitch. Stitch looks really, really good, really, really cute. Um, I'm glad they managed to make him look realistic, but also stick true to his character. And hopefully it's a good movie. Again, you know, you have it's Hawaii. You know, the actresses are naturally going to be what they look like in the movie, so they're going to be darker skinned. And as long as they keep to the humor and don't put any unnecessary, girl power or whatever bull crap in it, the movie will be fine. The movie will be fine. And hopefully it'll make up for the just slew of terrible remakes, live action remakes that have been pushed out by Disney in the last couple of years. Maybe this will be their magnum opus. Magnum opus of live action Disney movies, and this is going to be like their crowning jewel. But he's like, who knows? They'll find a way. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.